Բարձրորակ եւ նորավոճ հագուստ կանանց համար ընդամենը $1։ Իրական ջակփաթ։ Բոլորին քաչայտնի ջակփաթ հագուստի խանութը վերաբացվել է եւ հայտարարում է 1 ամսյա աննախադեպ ակցիա։ Գայթակղիչ է, խանութի ամբողջ ընտրանին կարող եք ձեռք բերել ընդամենը $1 կամ $2։ Եվ այս ամենը միայն ջակփաթում, Գլենդել եւ Էլք փողոցների խաչմերուկ։ Հենց այնտեղ, ուր հանդիպում են որակն ու մատչելին։ Շտապեք։
Hello and welcome to Lights on LA. I'm your host, Louise Gill. First, let me start by saying that Jackpot in the city of Glendale is now open to public for 2 months on 400 South Glendale Avenue. They will have a sale for $1 to $2 and it's while supplies last. So please go and visit Jackpot in the city of Glendale. Tonight with me I have a young lady who I am extremely impressed and has done something that is beyond the community's imagination of bringing together businesses and promoting them, introducing them to all circuits of nationalities. And diversity is something that I've always welcomed, and I always wanted Armenians to be a part of all other nationalities. And that person is the queen of entrepreneurs and the queen of the World Network, owner and founder, Lucina Ghoribian. How are you?
Thank you, Louise Jan. Հայրենով մի հատ ասեմ շատ շնորհակալ եմ, որ ինձ հրավիրել եք այսօր։ Եվ կարծում եմ չեք նեղվի, եթե քիչ անգլերենով խոսամ, մի քիչ էլ հայերեն խոսամ, չէ որ ստե մեծացել, այդքան լավ չեմ խոսում, բայց կփորձենք այսօր, այո։
Կփորձենք նույն ճանապարհին ենք։ You were hosting a little bit about the World Network. When did you start it and what is it about?
I started A very good question. I started back in 2011. The idea came a couple years before that when I used to use MySpace. Remember MySpace?
I remember
I
that.
used to make connections all over the world, just meeting people digitally. And at one point, a friend of mine asked me if I could host an event and invite these people from different cultures to attend this physical event. I said, sure, I love networking. I love bringing people together. So I did one. It led to another and another. Next thing you know, I had built relationships from people from Tokyo to Buenos Aires. And I'm an Armenian from the Valley, so it was a little bit...
a Valley girl.
Yes, I'm a Valley girl. At that point, I didn't think it was a big deal. But once different nationalities and people from the political world to the celebrity world to designers, to doctors, you name it, they started coming together at these monthly networking events. They saw the value in a network that provides diversity to high quality
networking is
individuals.
very important in businesses and entertainment and everything that we do in this day in life. I mean, aside from all the social media that we have, coming together and meeting people, and I know that I've met quite a few people from your networking and you've done it for so many years, and I'm truly impressed. You do seminars and your monthly events that you do. Could you talk a little bit about your monthly events?
The monthly events are the most that I'm proud of because it's every month. So it's, you know, when you put together an event, it's a lot of hard work.
It is.
So usually the events are, those are some pictures of the events. At hotels, lounges, restaurants, most of them owned or operated by some of the people in the network itself. So we'll rather cross-promote the businesses that are the entrepreneurs, part of the network. So that picture, for example, was at the W in Hollywood for Nena Estrada, the lady in the white dress. She happens to be an ambassador with the network. There's the African-American lady, for example, that's Deborah Hader. She happens to be an ambassador as well. So these are amazing people in the community that knew me as an Armenian entrepreneur, but now have expanded to the fact that it's a global concept and we can take it to different cities and regions and hence different countries. That's one of the seminar-like events we had at the Vatican Banquet Hall in Van Nuys. We've had the events at the Taglian Hall that is owned by an Armenian beautiful family. That one was at Maxwell Dixon's Gallery in downtown. It was a fundraiser for an organization called Africa 56. This one was at Haas Medical Center with Dr. Kazemian, and Congressman Adam Schiff made an appearance as well. beautiful family again, always giving back to the community. It was their grand opening. So the events usually, as you can see, is diversity. So you bring the customer and the buyer, the seller and the buyer together.
Right.
I knew that, I should know that. And my background is in marketing. So I put the marketing concepts that I knew and I put them to events, and hence it becomes event marketing.
And it's
a lot
fun.
of fun.
And it's a very interesting way of, first of all, people meeting other people and socializing. Because when you have it on the internet and you see it in social media, there is no connection, personal connection. Whereas I was at that event, the last event that you had for the doctor, and it was amazing. You had all walks of life of people. You had from the young to the older, you had politicians, you had the artists, you had an amazing spread. You had amazing bartender from Crystal Bartenders.
Yes.
I have to admit that was an amazing service.
Thank you for appreciating that. That's
Well, I know what it is.
I'm very honored that somebody like you appreciates it, because it really is a lot of hard work to bring the diversity. And the best part of it is the testimony, when people call you and say, Lucine, I got this connection, and for that reason, I got a contract with somebody in China, and now I'm going to have my fashion developed there, or I got this development deal, or I'm going to be in this movie because of that connection. And I'm for social media, of course, Facebook, Instagram,
well,
to make
of course,
the connections.
yes, we need that. But it's also the personal connection that you also need.
You need that, but as you know, there's a lot of events in Los Angeles alone. But I've noticed there's a big difference between a quality-based event and one that you just show up to party. So we've been asked, or actually quoted, world-class networking. And I like to emphasize that, because if something is world-class, you accept world-class people to be there. And thus far, it's been exactly that, and people like you have attended, so I'm very honored.
You're very welcome. Before we talk about your trip to China, which is really amazing, if somebody was to want to be a participant of the World Network, how does that work?
Well, it's funny, because this is a very, very interesting time. The year is about to close. So we're seeking ambassadors, people like myself and yourself, who are involved in the community and make change somehow. So these people would go to the website, theworldnetworks.com, and submit their information and request if they wish to be an ambassador or to be just part of the network as a member.
Ambassador meaning?
Ambassador means that you're more involved. You have speaking engagements that you could attend on behalf of us. So let's say if you're an actress, you wish to have more branding done for yourself, we would send you to certain events in the entertainment industry.
Okay.
If you were a special doctor, let's say a spinal surgeon, you might be interested in being published in certain magazines, so we would invite you to specific events where the editors will be in the same room with you.
You have a lot of paparazzi there.
Oh,
you
we love the
you do. Yes.
They're our friends. We love them.
Yes, there was quite a few. Let's talk about your China trip. Why?
Oh, that was so exciting. I mean, where do I begin? It was last year. One of the honorary ambassadors in the network, Mr. Chester Chung, who happens to be the president of the American Chinese Chamber of Commerce. He invited me as a VIP guest to go to this huge seminar event that was taking place in Shenzhen, which is south of China.
Right.
And I was the only Armenian female, well, only Armenian entrepreneur at that point, around the same age,
right.
To speak and share the concept that I have for the World Networks as the official network for entrepreneurs. They were interested in doing a partnership where they could introduce their entrepreneurs to the entrepreneurs of the States. But because they're a communist nation, they don't, that's me all the way there. Do you see the small person?
Yes,
I'm waving.
I do. Okay,
yes, that's
I
me.
do.
That was huge. I mean, you name it, everybody was there. So presented the concept, and there were investors there who showed interest. They asked me to come back to the States and put together these incredible ambassadors together to go back the following year and present it and show them what we were capable of doing to start the partnerships with entrepreneurs in Shenzhen right now. So that's why I like to share these pictures, because as an Armenian, I'm proud because I got to sign that big wall, as you can see, and I put Armenian on the bottom. Those are signatures.
Wonderful.
Of incredible leaders all over the country. I mean, there were presidents there as well. And there I am.
And I'm sure it was a wonderful, how should I say, a feeling to represent not only
It
United
was.
States, but also to represent as an Armenian.
It was, and to my surprise, actually, they respected me even more because they saw me as a multicultural person. Some new Armenians, some call it more like Soviet Union or
The former.
former
Right.
Soviet Union. So it worked in my favor. So I was American in certain meetings. I was a Soviet Union
Rep.
grand. I mean, my parents were at that time, so
Right.
it just worked in my favor. It was a perfect opportunity. But it would have not been possible if the people who invited me weren't part of the network.
You also hosted co-hosted with at the Golden Films Award with the former
Actually, she's
Universe?
Miss Universe.
Universe.
Jean Ye. There should be some pictures of her. That's her. She's just gorgeous. That was at the Tagalian complex just a few days ago, actually. To my surprise, they've asked me to be the co-host with her and actor Will Remington. It was very international, as you see. We have Chinese, American, and Armenian. It's very ironic. But she was speaking in Chinese. I was the English speaker. It was a beautiful ceremony. It was a full house. Over 400 guests attended. And the purpose of the award ceremony was to highlight the diversity in entertainment industry. So us being in Hollywood, and that's Michael
And there
Tse.
you are.
That's me. And that's Michael Tse. He sits on our advisory board, and he's the director of Golden Film Awards as well.
Wonderful. Last year you had the Entrepreneur Awards.
Yes,
And you are planning on doing it this year also.
definitely.
And when will that be? Is that the one that's going to be on February 27th, I believe?
It would be February 22nd at the beautiful
22nd.
Allure Banquet Hall in Van Nuys. Before that, it was at Tagalian Hall in Hollywood. I'd like to share some pictures from the last 2 years. This one was at the Lux Banquet in Burbank. There were nominees, there were recipients, of course, of the awards. Everyone from entertainment industry leaders to beauty industry leaders to politicians to medical field. Anyone that stands out of their industry was there. That's Jerome Dean. He's a singer and a philanthropist who gives back to less fortunate children. That's the beautiful Anna, who happens to be on a talent show here in the Armenian community.
She's also going to be participating on March 18th at a performance.
Very nice.
I just saw her tonight.
Beautiful voice.
Beautiful.
The audience was in shock. I mean, they've never heard such a voice. It was so beautiful, and as an Armenian, it was just ոնց որ որպես հայ հիանում էին, cuz ընտեղ հայեր չկային, որ տենց երգել էին, ու սենց սաղ Chinese-ները, իտալացիները, ֆրանսիաները սաղ ոտի էին եկել ու զարմացել էին, որ ինքը հայ է ու շատերս კი չեն իմանում, որ ինքը տենց զայն ունի. So it was an honor, and I'm sure she's being invited to perform other places now.
That is Royal Gore.
That is Royal Gore and Osko
Osko.
Akopian. They have great things going on for themselves. I'm proud. That's Diana Madison and a great entrepreneur as well, Laura C.K. They're in the beauty and personality and Hollywood industry. That's just a list of other recipients in the community.
Armin Sahakian,
We have
Roland.
every ethnicity, as you can see, was represented.
tell.
That's Jeree Uberly. She came from Arizona. She's the founder of the Women Future Academy, and she speaks in front of Chinese women, 30,000 audience every year. So
Wow.
she's a very influential person. And we have Alice from the Armenian community. She's also fairly known in the community. We have Julie Kang. She's representing the American community and else. And some of our Chinese friends there and our Persian friends. So as you can see, it's world
It's
class.
very diverse.
It's very diverse. The food is
And I
delicious
noticed that
as
you
always.
also pick different places, which
Yes.
is really great because you give the opportunity for a lot of other ethnic backgrounds to come and see other backgrounds like ours. I mean,
Definitely.
I've seen Tagdian, I saw Deluxe, I saw Allure that you're doing in February,
Mm-hmm.
which is great because all these nationalities get to taste and see our talent, which is really great because we do have a lot of talent. I always mention this on my show. We have talent that is amazing, Lucy
Thank you
Nigel.
for recognizing that and giving us an opportunity to share these people's talents.
Well, you are doing it with the World Network. Now, is this only for businesses, or are you promoting artists as well? So if an artist, could individuals be a part of the World Network, or does it have to be just a business?
The emphasis is on an entrepreneur. In my definition of an entrepreneur is an artist itself. It's a creator, somebody who creates the content, creates the idea, creates the business, everything from A to Z. And right now we're in an age of entrepreneurship, so people are staying away from the 9-to-5 job. It's great, of course, we want to do the small businesses and support them, but there are many organizations who support the small to medium-sized businesses. But who's supporting the entrepreneur? That's the one person who's creating a startup.
That's very true.
And many of them have many difficulties. I myself have. I have in the past, I still have. There are many challenges every day for an entrepreneur. So there is no official network for an entrepreneur that starts from A to Z and wants to launch off in different markets. World Networks is this. I believe that's why the Chinese have shown interest in this. So I invite like our community, from the Armenians, Italians, the Spanish, you name it, for them to join. The more of us join and share our talents and our services, the faster we will grow with quality as well. And I mean, it's to be a future, like it's a whole new way of marketing yourself. Because as an individual, the entrepreneur is the person who just relies on themselves. So you have to belong to a network that could help you with the connections, anything that you would need in it.
Because it's obviously who you know and not what you know.
Exactly.
Majority of the time.
It's not what you know, it's who you know.
It's
Exactly.
who you know, exactly. Now, when someone becomes a part of the World Network, what does that entail? Does that mean that if, for example, I come in with a business, and do you do like the hosting? I mean, what benefits do I get to be a part of the World Network?
I like to call it almost like a gym membership. You join a gym, you have access to monthly services. You can come to the monthly networking events, which usually it's about 150 to 250 guests. You have an opportunity to speak at certain events. You have an opportunity, of course, we send a very nice email blast. You're mentioned on social media platforms. You have an opportunity to be interviewed on the red carpet. That's one of the favorite of our ambassadors because you get branding and it costs you no money. It's like becoming a celebrity on your own. There are opportunities for entrepreneurs in the business to display promotional items in tote bags. Those are VIP gift bags that you can give away samples of products and services. And the biggest and most important thing is the annual Entrepreneur Awards, where one could be nominated and eventually receive an award in their industry and their specialty.
Now, as far as the memberships are concerned, as an ambassador you talked, and then you talked individually.
Yes.
And I know that you mentioned a little bit about the differences. Would I be able to get the same benefits as the ambassador, or ambassador is way more?
Ambassador is the kind of the fancier version. Why? Because as the word entails, ambassador, it's almost like you represent a nation as an ambassador. You represent a network, your own community. So for the ambassador, it's you don't wait in line, for example, you get in right away, you get incentives.
It's more VIP.
You get the VIP treatment, exactly.
Okay.
But depends on the person. Maybe it's an ambassadorship is not for one person at this time, maybe, and it is in the future. So something for everybody.
As far as for the February 22nd event, what will happen then, and what happens on the awards for those of us that don't know? And you would probably say it better than me.
Last year we had a Getty photographer who quoted, it was the Oscars for entrepreneurs. So we're proud to host the Entrepreneur Awards at Allure Banquet Hall, as I mentioned, February 22nd. It will be a world-class award ceremony. So there will be a reception, networking. There will be investors attending. There will be industry leaders attending. There will be press. That means editors of magazines, reporters. Physically will come and network in the beginning, then sit for a dinner ceremony. That's Josh Heffler. He's one of the nominees. There will be over 30 recipients of industry leaders who would receive awards that night. We'll showcase why these people deserve to be recognized, what charitable contributions they've done in the community and how they're impacting the future generation. There are sponsorship, of course, participation and tickets available right now. We're getting close to the holidays, so the sooner people come on board, the better, because it's limited seating. So only 350 guests will be allowed, and that means people who are flying in for the event itself. So I urge everybody to...
And if people would like to purchase tickets or find out more information, where would they go to?
They can go to the website, theworldnetworks.com, or they can call the phone number that was listed on the flyer as well.
Okay. As far as what else do you have planned for 2017? Aside from your monthly, is there any?
It will be ideal to go back to China, but this organization exists with the help of people like us, as you know. So the more people get involved, the more we can take this to the next level. I'm just a tool. I'm just the person who's running around and making it happen. But we need the people. I personally need the people to come and participate. If they don't participate, there is no network. So my resolution, I guess, my goal for this next year would be to have more people participate. It's for your cause, it's for your success, so why not participate in it?
How many members does the World Network have, and how many ambassadors, approximately, if you don't mind me asking?
Very good question. Actually, when I went to China, this is a funny story, they asked me that. There was a translator next to me, it was a university student. She said, Lucine, no need to mention that. I said, well, I mean, is it because it's small or too big? Why would I not mention it? Then she said, well, because the smallest network here that I had to meet with leaders of organizations. She said, it's very small, it's like 10,000 people. I said, I'm sorry, 10,000 people small? So for Chinese market, it's very small because at this point, if we could have 1,000 ambassadors in the greater Los Angeles area to confirm with us, until next year, 6 months from now, what's going to happen is Shenzhen, the leaders there, the 47 leaders I met with, they're going to introduce 100,000 of their entrepreneurs into the network. This will be, I mean, incredible opportunity. It's huge. I don't know. It's huge. The market size is so huge. That's just one main city in China, let alone. So, I mean, how can somebody not want to join something that could take off so fast, right? So for that reason, I urge everybody, contact me. I'm available for meetings, whatever needs to be done. Let's make history, and especially if we're Armenians, Armenian entrepreneurs. I mean, we can do this.
We really can. I urge all of you, please go visit theworldnetworks.com. She has a lot of pictures posted, so you will see all the events and all the glamorous events, and you would benefit out of this. I do want to say we're getting close to Christmas. I wish everybody a very Merry Christmas, a happy, healthy one, and a safe one. Lucine, thank you for being on my show.
Thank you for having me.
I wish you the best of luck, and on February 22nd, we'll definitely be there to encouraging you. Thank you for watching Lights on LA, and have a very nice evening, and Merry Christmas.
Բարձրորակ եւ նորավոճ հագուստ կանանց համար ընդամենը $1 իրական ջակպատ։ Բոլորին քաչայտնի ջակպատ հագուստի խանութը վերաբացվել է եւ հայտարարում է 1 ամսյա աննախադեպ ակցիա։ Գայթակղիչ է, խանութի ամբողջ ընտրանին կարող եք ձեռք բերել ընդամենը $1 կամ $2։ Եվ այս ամենը միայն ջակպատում, Գլենդել եւ Էլք փողոցների խաչմերուկ։ Հենց այնտեղ, ուր հանդիպում են որակն ու մատչելին։ Շտապեք։